Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm so pleased to be with you here on my own personal channel at VickiDillard.tv, beloved. If you are used to seeing me on other networks or other platforms, that I have helped to build, grow, and bring profit and credibility to over many years. Beloved, you're probably wondering, where am I? You'll still be able to find me on different platforms, but there have been some changes in some of the other ones that you're used to seeing me on. And I'm giving more time here to my own channel where you can watch me live, but you'll still be able to see my content on some other platforms. That information, the specifics of that is forthcoming. But I just want to let you know that, because if folks are wondering, where can I find Vicki live, let them know in the meantime to tune in here to VickiDillard.tv, my personal channel, okay? On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, as you come in, be sure to come in giving us a big thumbs up, and share. That alerts other people, that lets other people know that we're here. So family, on the count of three, I want you all to hit that thumbs up button, okay? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, 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 share. I also want to let you all know, my sisters in particular, that I am still, for the next few days, in the next week or so, I've been advised to at least advertise it a few more days for those who want to get my spring edition of my Venus luxury magazine. I believe in luxury for the everyday woman, and I redefine the definition of luxury. In this episode, where you see me with the red background and the green outfit, we're going to be talking about being more intentional about manifesting love and money. It's going to be so yummy. We're going to talk about the art of glamour and the goddess uniform. There's going to be more information about the Vault Potion, which is an ancient oud oil. So I want you to be sure to get that information and some other yummy things. This magazine is elegant, and of course I'm a small business, so it's representative, these 16 pages of manifesting for the divine feminine, the everyday woman. I believe that luxury should be for all of us, not just millionaires and billionaires. And I believe that the process for transformation and manifestation should be one of pleasure. So that's what this is about. Women are different from men, and we're meant to manifest differently. So we're going to be talking about sacred secrets of manifestation from a feminine viewpoint. It's so yummy. I'm going to be giving you your affirmations, activations, feminine activations, which I've heard rave reviews from so many of you about the last edition. Of course, there are pictures that you have not seen before that are in there as well. We got our mainstays, but we got some new ones in there. It's going to be so yummy, and it's meant to inspire you. So be sure to get it at my website. The link is above, or you can just go to VickiPlanet.com. Brothers, you can get this also. Again, this is such a beautiful and exciting cover. I am so excited to share with you manifestation secrets about how we love on ourselves and get everything that we want, and I want us to manifest together and enjoy the process. That's what this magazine is about. It's enjoying the process. So get yours today at VickiPlanet.com. Just click the link that's pinned in the chat. Welcome, beautiful family. Somebody said, oh, hello, beautiful. My baby girl is on. Hey, somebody said, hungry for more knowledge. Somebody was just shouting me out for my interview again with 19 Keys that was released the other day on Earn Your Leisure Network. Brother 19 Keys has his own platform as well, on multiple platforms. And I think he has some sort of a, I guess, syndicated agreement or something with Earn Your Leisure. And it's been on different platforms, clips. And the full video you can find on Earn Your Leisure on YouTube. It was absolutely phenomenal. I've been having overwhelming responses from some of you, quite a few of you spiritualists and practitioners, and some of you all are mediums, and all kinds of things I've been hearing from. I've been hearing from everyday people. I've been hearing from the up and out and down and out about the power of that interview, and what a beautiful, 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 beautiful honor. Starlet Thompson, your cash app is blessed 1,000-fold. Somebody said, my best political slayer. How you doing, beloved? So family, thank you all so much. Be sure to check that out on Earn Your Leisure. It's under the videos. You'll be able to see that interview with myself and 19 Keys for his hit show that's called High Level Conversations. That's High Level Conversations. And I have to tell you, it was absolutely amazing. And I'm so excited about the people whose lives were touched and changed by the information, the high level intel that I was able to share, spiritual information that we were able to share. Without further ado, family, you all know, some of you, everybody hit that thumbs up button, okay? Share, share, share. Some of you, everybody hit getting some background noise. I thought my speaker was on. Let me get my sound together. I want to show you something here, family. Somebody said, I'm in the People Republic of Chicago, and I'm finding out they took Trump off the ballot in Illinois. Is that right? Okay, family, everybody, watch this. My goal today is really to do a follow-up of my broadcast that I did just the other day on James Clyburn. He is a sad and pitiful old bone and biscuit. Talk black to me, somebody. I said, Representative James Clyburn is a pitiful old bone and biscuit who needs to move on with his life and get out of politics, because he's humiliating himself and he's trying to humiliate those of us that are in the Black community. But thankfully, the younger generation are putting a stop to that. Now, many of you all already know this is what I'll post this on the other platforms. I only put it on my community page and Twitter real quick. But James Clyburn is one of the longest serving legislators in Congress, period, but in particular, one of the longest serving Black congressperson. And he plans on running for re-election in terms of, and for Congress. Now, he just recently stepped down, as I discussed the other day, from a second in command position with the Democrat Party. He left the seat vacant, but he's claiming he's doing that so they can spend more time trying to get Joe Biden elected. Now, this pathetic little person here is a complete sellout. This is someone that is absolutely hostile against reparations. And as I shared the other day, he was the one that interfered with some of the 2020 presidential candidates. There were several that came out willing to discuss openly reparations, but he came out and put a stop to it and said that its implementation was impossible. Now, I've shared this video clip before, but I want to share another a secondary clip with you, one that I shared the other day. I want to share this clip, but I want you to listen very closely. But I want you to also pay attention to a recent article that NBC just came out with. Free falling. Are y'all hearing me today? I want you to look at this. 1 second, fam. This headline from NBC News. I'm going to read you just a little bit from this headline. They're freaking out. Look what NBC News is covering. They did this the other day. Y'all know, I know some of our other Black media folks cover different topics. When I come on, I cover when I come on. It's not that I don't see certain topics. You all know I've set the precedent for certain topics, and particularly certain vantage points that were never covered before. So, you know, I'm going to get to it when I can. But this one here says Representative Jim Clyburn helped Biden win. Look what the headline says. Young Black voters in 2020. He helped him win with young Black voters in 2020. This time they're not listening. Somebody say, duh. Somebody say, duh. Of course we're not listening. Now, I said, of course we're not listening. Now, I want y'all to listen to a little bit of this. Here we go, family. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull it up. Are y'all listening? This headline, y'all watch. Watch this. Watch this. Funny looking self. Representative Jim Clyburn helped Biden win young voters, black voters in 2020. This time they're not listening. This is what they're saying, y'all. Clyburn was the guest speaker at a black church here on a recent Sunday, telling the audience, I covered this too, telling the audience, I just lost my place, that a certain candidate for high office deserves to lose. He didn't mention Donald Trump by name, but it was clear whom he meant. The Democratic congressman from South Carolina rattled off a list of ways Trump has insulted Black Americans over the years. Sitting in the pews, the largely middle-aged and older congregants applauded the message. The trouble for Clyburn, 83, is that the people he most needs to hear him weren't the ones listening. God, today! Y'all know that white media is covering this in mainstream news now because we running the yard. Talk black to me. Y'all better let them know we running this. Y'all better go tell Charlemagne's funny looking self, tell the press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre. Y'all better go tell Joyless and all the rest of these blackface mainstream media talking heads. Give me 1 second, family. Give me 1 second while I clear my throat. Now, NBC News is out here humiliating James Clyburn and stuff. They're letting him know what we've been knowing for a long time. You ain't running nothing over here. You better tell him, Miss Sharice. Now, watch this, y'all. Y'all, I have a mint in my, that I'm sucking on. So thank you so much for your understanding. It says, I got to read that last part again. It said what? The trouble for Clyburn, 83, is that the people he most needs to hear him weren't the ones listening. The next day, Clyburn cast an early vote for President Joe Biden in South Carolina's Democratic primary. He held a news conference after it and laid out the stakes. This is what he's saying. These same old tired, rusty, dusty antics. He said, do you want this country to be led by someone who time and time again demonstrates misogynistic tendencies and racist attitudes? He said, standing outside the polling place on a blustery morning in Orangeburg. He said, is that what you want? Family, this man is so slow. This little raccoon, this bone and biscuit is so slow. He wants you to be focused on Trump, which I'm not for Trump. Trump is the devil. My point to you is, so is Joe Biden. I want y'all to really think about this. It was Biden and not Trump that was the mastermind behind the greatest modern day Jim Crow area laws that helped to destroy at least 2 generations of the Black family. And that was the 1994 crime bill. And of course, Jim Crow Joe Biden supported many other anti-Black racist policies and laws. They want you to be focused on Trump, his wording and his narrative, but they want you to forget the damage that Joe Biden's legislation is still doing to Black families. Black mothers and fathers that have gone missing, Black mothers and fathers the family infrastructure that has literally died and has been irreparably damaged for so many of our people. They want you to forget that all that was Joe Biden, signed by Democrat Bill Clinton. Talk black to me, somebody. When they keep talking about racist things that Trump has said, which we agree, recent things that Biden has said, separate from him talking about integration and us being jungle folks and throwing us in prison and all this other kind of stuff and likening us to animals in some of his conversation and all this kind of stuff. Family, it was Joe Biden that said when he was running that we're not black if we don't vote for him over Trump. Said it right to Charlemagne's weak face. It was Joe Biden who said that America is doomed in part because of black folks and also because white folks are getting ready to be the minority come 2040. Have you all asked yourself, why is it that you never hear the Democrats talk about the extraordinarily racist comments that Joe Biden has said just the other day? The anti-black racist policies that Joe Biden is responsible for, as I said, that's still doing damage for nearly 2 generations in the black family. More, the most damage in modern history. This is the problem that I have with the Democrats. I'm not sitting up here telling you to go vote for no Donald Trump. I'm not sitting here backing Donald Trump and saying that he's some angel. He is a devil. I'm saying Joe Biden is a devil, and he's the type of devil that has proven that he's won, and he's codified his racism in law. And they're suggesting that you vote for the man that's responsible for incarcerating and damaging millions of black folks in the United States for almost 40 years, approximately 40 some odd years. Think about that, family. Joe Biden said America is doomed because of black folks. Joe Biden said that we're not black if we don't vote. How is it that they're going to sit up here and tell us something anti-racist that Trump said, but they are pretending like they don't remember what Joe Biden just said the other day? Talk black to me, somebody. Everybody be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Doug, damn, Vicki, you fine girl. Thank you, everybody. Hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. Y'all something else. Nikki, sister with the curly braids. Hey, precious. Y'all keep listening to this article real quick. Are y'all listening? Watch this. It reminds us again that without Clyburn, there might not have ever been a Biden presidency. In 2020, his endorsement revived Biden's flailing campaign. Of course, we know that. Listen, now polling shows that young black voters are peeling away from Biden in numbers that worry Democratic officials. Would y'all like to tell them why that is? Somebody say it's no wonder. Somebody say it's no wonder. The article goes on to say, and this is so crazy, how Clyburn, for his part, sounds indignant. Just compare Biden's history to Trump's, he says. Trump has demeaned black Americans for decades, he adds, while Biden has compiled a record rivaling that of Lyndon Johnson's Great Society. Ninja, sit your funny looking self down. Sit your funny looking self down. He sounds dumb. Somebody else just said, great episode with 19 keys. I'm hearing so many good responses from some of you all over, from multiple Instagram posts where there are clips of the interview to YouTube and so many more on my platforms too. Thank you all. Y'all listen. Of young black voters who've grown disenchanted with Biden, y'all listen, Clyburn said, I want them to stand in front of me and tell me they will support that Trump's record over Joe Biden's record. Ninja, who you think you talking to? We ain't your grandkids, fool. We wouldn't want nothing to do with you. Your $20 sticker from Tom Slick is blessed 1,000-fold. Tom said, you tell him, Vicki. Thank you, Tom. Y'all know we got recently monetized for some of our stuff here at YouTube, so your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Listen. I want y'all to listen to what he said again. He's talking like he your down south granddaddy. Listen to the language. He says, concerning young black voters, he said, I want them to stand in front of me and tell me they will support that over Joe Biden's record. Joe Biden has helped to kill us and imprison us, fool. They want y'all to be stuck in this demonic, and I mean demonic because that word demon is in Democrat. And God knows they got the right mascot. How many of y'all know that the donkey, and another word for the donkey is an ass, is the mascot for the Democrat Party, and it is so appropriate. And it's absolutely germane to all that they do. Do the emojis have donkeys and stuff? God today. Listen, NBC News poll in 2023 found that black voters overall favor Biden over Trump by 73% to 17%. But when it came to voters under the age of 34, the margin shrank. Among that slice of the black electorate, Biden's support fell to 60%. Trump's rose to 28% in 2020. Biden won 87% of black voters, including 89% of voters, black voters under 29, and 78% of those 30 to 44. It goes on. Any slippage from Biden's base could prove disastrous in another tight election in 2020. Biden's victory rested on fewer than 43,000 votes in just 3 states, Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin. Y'all hear that? I love you back, family. Clyburn is giving speeches and interviews warning black voters of what it means if they forsake Biden and allow Trump to reclaim power. He starts by reminding voters of Trump's condemnation in 1989 of the Central Park Five, the minority teenagers. And y'all know that story. We ain't even get into that stupidity. It's not stupid what happened, and Trump is a devil. Like I said, we're not endorsing Trump, silly. But you want us to endorse one white supremacist over another. Then he talking about Trump's role in the birther conspiracy that falsely questioned Barack Obama's U.S. citizenship. We're not for any of that, but do you all know who started the birther conspiracy? Where my intelligent black people at? Did you all know that Trump was not the first one that started the Barack Obama birther conspiracy? Can somebody tell me in the chat who seeded that propaganda out into the media? Thank you, Miss Jackson. Hillary Clinton. When Hillary was running against Obama, do you know that it was her camp and them that threw that out there? Did you all know that they also tried to throw in a Jesse Jackson, a slanderous, propagandistic narrative as well during Obama's run for presidency? Talk black to me, somebody. It was a Democrat. Democrat started that. And do you think that raccoon, bone and biscuit, James Clyburn, did you think for 1 second would he have told you not to vote for Hillary? I said, would he have told you not to vote for Hillary? It was Hillary's in them camp that started that. Trump, with his messy self, just jumped on because he realized that was an effective, racist electoral strategy that Hillary Clinton and them started. I said Trump realized that Hillary and them seeding that out there was effective. So he said, thanks, Hillary, Democrat Hillary. I think I'll use it. None of these scare tactics gonna work. Listen, y'all. Y'all listen. There's more. I just hope that in 2024, we're not going to find ourselves as a country falling into what Germany fell into in 1932, he said. He added, referring to the period when the Nazis came to power. Do y'all hear this? from James Clyburn, the black man, doing all this for this white man, this racist white man that's responsible for the destruction of 2 generations of the black family. Clyburn's argument rests on the simple premise young black voters need to appreciate that the 2024 election is a choice that leaves them no practical option other than to vote with Biden. Y'all listen to that again. Listen to this again. Clyburn's argument rests on his simple premise. Young black voters need to appreciate that the 2024 election is a choice that leaves them with no practical option other than to vote for Biden. Ninja, y'all better tell this ninja we free. Y'all better tell this ninja we're free thinking black people. There are more people that's in this chat than hit that thumbs up button, family. I shouldn't have to say that. Everybody, please hit that thumbs up button, would you, and share the broadcast. Make sure you subscribe and be sure to hit all notifications, even though I'm very aware that most of the time the notifications don't go out. Do y'all hear this madness? He's telling us that there is no practical choice. Ninja, we have couches and beds that we can lay in during the election. That catfish meal that he brought to the black family, Joe Biden, the other day, to get campaign votes, that's what we'll eat that at home on election day in November. That hip hop group that y'all got going, that the Democrats started, we gonna party after the election. God, today we gonna blast a lot of hip hop. Funny looking self. It goes on. No president has produced a better record since Johnson enacted his civil rights and anti-poverty programs in the 1960s. Ninja, did he release all our black family that's still locked up in the belly of the beast? Then I don't want to hear it. Did he cut the check for an economic plan specific to black folks? Did he give us reparations? Ninja, then I don't want to hear it. We don't even want to look at you. How many of y'all saw this post that I put up? Well, I did do it late because I went live first, and then I posted the this image of James Clyburn. Y'all look real close. Look at this image of him. Isn't that just frightening? Just look at him. Just look at him. Look at him. I know it's uncomfortable, ain't it? Hell, I want to tell him to stop looking at me like that. Y'all tell him to stop looking at me like that. Look at that. Now, when his funny looking self, remember in the article I read for you, where he said he wants us to stand in front of his face and tell us we gonna vote, how we gonna vote for Trump over Biden's record. Remember? I read that in the article where he said he wants us to stand in front of him. No, Ninja. We've stood in front of you. We stood in front of you to specifically ask you about reparations, and with your aggressive, funny looking self, this is why we ain't finna stand in front of you no more, Ninja. And actually, we don't mind standing in front of you. You the one that's scary. Look at his aggressive self. His indignant, disrespectful self. Look. Now, I don't know why this sound is tripping. Hold on, let me try it again. Okay, let's try it again, family. I hope this works. Everybody hit that thumbs up button while I try to see what's going on here. You will never get it. We have a lot of leverage. Let me ask you a question. You get our support. We've been dedicated to you for a very long time. Will you listen? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. It's you. I don't know what's going on with our sound. You know, fam, I think I know. Y'all ain't gonna believe. Give me 1 second, fam. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. Share, 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 share. I think this might be the issue. Let me see if we can get this properly set up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it live right now or not. I had a different device that had the sound hooked up, and so I totally forgot that it may not actually be hooked up here, family. You all won't be able to hear it. If I play it like this. How many of you all remember that clip? I sure hate that because I've actually got to take the time to connect it. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear it. And I had some phone issues, and so we've got some of those issues resolved. But y'all should probably remember, I apologize, family. I was trying to make it work live, family, but that's not very practical for me to try to do right now. Yeah, family, I'm going to have to work on my apologies because this is a different device. So the sound, it won't let me connect it so that you can actually hear it from the speaker. But some of you would have seen, somebody said that they can actually hear it. You can hear it from my phone. Family, it's going to be kind of low. I'll try to play it for you now, but I need a minute to try to hook up the sound on the speaker. Let me, I don't know if you can hear it.
You want to know if you support reparations? I'm sorry? You want to know if you support reparations? I support reparations out in that name. Y'all need to learn what to get educated. You want to know if you support reparations? I'm sorry? You want to know if you support reparations? I support reparations out in that name. Y'all need to learn what reparations is. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair. It's cash payments. Hell no. You never get it. Why not? That's why we need your support. You got a lot of power. You will never get it. We have a lot of leverage. Let me ask you a question. You get our support. We've been dedicated to this for a very long time. Will you listen? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. If you are mulatto and you are allowed to get an education, and this person is not allowed to get an education, how would you mention which one to do what? I was allowed to get an education, but that's not the point. You're talking about the law. You're talking about the law. You're talking about my wife, whose grandfather was white, and therefore her mother could get educated, but her daddy was African and could not get educated. How do you measure that? But Africans get educated now. You support Africans getting educated right now. We're living in Africa. We're living in America. I mean, you got more sense than I got. I understand. Thank you. You want to know if you support reparations?
Do you all see this arrogant coon? Just listen to the first few seconds one more time, family.
You want to know if you support reparations? I'm sorry? You want to know if you support reparations? I support reparations out in that name. Y'all need to learn what reparations is. Y'all keep talking about a word. It means to repair. It's cash payments. Hell no. You never get it.
You see his aggressive, funny-looking self? Who does he think he's talking to? We're the constituency. We're the constituency. We're the ones that put your funny-looking self in power. He is aggressive as hell. Need to be put on a leash somewhere. Somebody, I'm about to say something else. Let me hush. Who talks to their constituency like that? Do you see why I disgust and despise Roland Martin too when Roland Martin calls us simple Simon MFers? This is not how you treat us. Why would you just aggressively come out to a young man that is there involved in politics to speak to their legislator? This brother was respectful and told him, sir, are you for reparations? He said, if you are, sir, he said, you'll have our support for a long time. This young man was trying to be agreeable, but trying to let him know if your difficulty is having somebody that's going to have your back and to support you, we're going to be able to do it for you. He sit up here and tell us, you all need to learn what reparations is. Do you think he would have went to an Asian community, Latino community, LGBTQ community, and talked to them crazy like that? You need to learn what reparations is. When the young man said, we're talking about cash payment, what did he say? What did he say when the man said cash payments? Family, tell me in the chat. What did he say when the young man said, well, reparations for me is cash payment? What did he say?
You never get it. Why not? That's why we need your support.
Listen.
It means to repair. It's cash payments for hell no. You never get it.
He said, hell no, you never get it. Do you think he would talk to even Mitch McConnell like that? He would not talk to those white men who ransacked the White House on the 6th like that. He said, hell no, and you never get it. Some of your black elders and those that precede you in media and in politics, they are devilish. And this is why I despise the Roland Martins. When I started coming after Roland, it was because he was coming after us. When Roland got on my screen is when I saw him do broadcasts calling black folks who disagree with him politically simple Simon mother effers. I'm bringing this to your attention because NBC News openly says this. Go back to the headline. Remember, I started the broadcast talking about this headline, right? What did the headline say? What does this headline say, family? Y'all see it? What does this NBC News headline say? Representative Jim Clyburn helped Biden win young black voters in 2020. What does it say next? This time they're not listening. They're not listening, fool, because you cuss us out when we tell you we would like reparations. And when the young man was respectful to say that we'll have your back, you'll have our support for a long time. You said, hell no, you'll never get it. And when the young man listened to you, you, with your condescending tone, what did he say? When the young man was trying to explain his position after he hushed to let the elder talk. Remember, he said, you're going to let me talk? The young man stopped immediately to let him talk.
But Africans get educated now. You support Africans getting educated right now. You live in America.
Look at his hands.
You got more sense than I got.
You hear him? He started doing what Kamala do. Remember, I told you that your old school raccoons, they only start hydraulicing. They start doing this. They start putting their finger in your face. They start doing only when it comes to massa. It causes a visceral effect in the entrenched coon. When have you seen James Clyburn do that to anybody else? Put his hand in the young man's face, pointing it, flailing his hands out in his face and cussing him out. I love you back, Oshun. They only get aggressive towards us when we're politically engaged. They don't want us engaged. They want you to vote and shut the hell up. He told you, hell no, you ain't getting reparations. He said, you will never get it. And when he asked the young man a question, the young man tried to respond, did respond. He said, what did he say at the end about you? What, better than me? Listen, I want you to hear it again.
I know you got more sense than I got. I understand. Thank you.
He pointed in his face and said, oh, you got more sense than I got. And the young man knew it was time to go. He said, thank you. He said, you got more sense. See, that is a condescension. In other words, he was calling us stupid. Did y'all catch that? It's the same way when Uncle Luke wrote an actual accurate op-ed piece in a Florida magazine sometime back when Kamala was running to say how difficult it would be for Kamala to get the black vote because of her anti-black lock-em-up policies. Simone Sanders came out and told him that you are no genius or political strategist. That's her calling him stupid and stay in your place, ninja. That's exactly what James Clyburn was saying when he said, oh, you got more sense than me. Can you imagine James Clyburn telling somebody in the LGBTQ community? Can you imagine James Clyburn telling somebody in the Hispanic community, hell no, you're not getting something. You'll never get it. Pointing in their face, flailing his hands, being aggressive, and then telling them, you got more sense than me. Would they ever in their lifetime say that to their worst enemy? He would never even say that to Donald Trump. Do you think he would flail his hands and point his fingers in the face of Donald Trump and tell him something like that? But they feel real comfortable cussing us out and telling us what the hell they ain't going to do and what we ain't going to get. So I want to let NBC know why. When NBC said he was instrumental at first, but now it says the black youth are what? This time they're not listening. Who gonna listen to somebody that cusses them out and tell them, you will never get it in hell no? Who's gonna listen to somebody who calls you essentially stupid when they turn around and tell you, you got more sense than I got? You are a devil, James Clyburn. Y'all better tag him and all his raggedy, pathetic, stank, funky people. Send they funky, stanky, funky, devilish, funky, stanky, funky, stanky, 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 funky, looking, funny, looking, stanky, funky self this clip. And you let them devils know the reason why their end will be the same as our open enemies. They despise the generations coming behind them. And this is what makes them unworthy to be our predecessors. Somebody better tell NBC, stop writing. Y'all see that we're the biggest movement out there, so big that you got DNC heads telling us to shut the F up like our brother Tariq. You got folks on MSNBC telling folks don't listen to folks like us. You got people writing up articles. You got people that are in mainstream media, celebrities, and all these high-profile people that's dogging Vicki Dillard, calling me out of my name, constantly attacking me and blocking me. You've got black publications blocking me like Essence Magazine and The Griot because I've been giving them that everlasting work, and not even just directly with them, not trolling them. They're the ones that's silencing us. And they're doing that because we're the most effective. So NBC is sitting out here now, blowing the horn, blowing the alarm, talking about they ain't listening to this ninja. Ninja, they not listening to you. They're listening to us. And hell no, we will not allow ourselves to be disrespected from black-looking people. Let me tell y'all something. I've talked about this before. For those of you who believe in certain Christian versions of stories that we were told growing up in the interpretations of spiritual texts that we were given. Y'all know I use the ancient text. I use this biblical text as a book of magic because some of the principles were stolen and plagiarized from ancient texts. The Sunday school version of the story of Egypt and the children of Israel, the real children of Israel. God, today, even though that's a story, but I'm just saying, just saying, just with the wake of what's going on in the world, I'm just saying. But let me leave it alone. Vicki, I'm 55 years of age. What I'm seeing is how these older black people have taken on the white people's attitude when they use the N-word. It angers me. I applaud the young man. Yes, they're pathetic. Listen. Let me give y'all a Sunday school version of something. James Clyburn, remember he was in church the other day. He's going to church, telling all the black church people about voting for Biden and holding line, right? This is why some of y'all need to sponsor me to come to your churches down south. If I can do 1 or 2 in the next few months, I wouldn't mind doing it. If the conditions were right. Watch this. I wouldn't deviate from the Bible. My whole text would be from the scripture. Y'all know I'm anointed with that. The text, the story of Moses and the children of Israel and their time of deliverance said what? This is what I need to remind James Clyburn and all the pathetic people that's with him. What you got to understand, James Clyburn, with your disgusting self, Django, Stephen. Watch this. Is that it said that the God himself was wanting to kill off the entire generation. He wanted to get rid of all of them. Y'all's Yahweh was ready to take out all of the ones he came to deliver. He said, kill them all. The text said that Moses made intercession and said, you better not do that. Your reputation has already gone before you. What would the people say if they find that you did that? So he reconsidered. And he only allowed the younger generation of 20 to go into what? The promised land. The elders he allowed to what? Be delivered out of Egypt. But he let them die off and never let them into the promised land. This is from y'all's Christian book. God, today. Your Christian book said that your God was first of all ready to just take all of them out. Moses talked him out of it. So he agreed to deliver everybody. But the older group, he let them die off after 40 years and never let them into the promised land. Only the young people at 20 years of age or so. James Clyburn, you ain't meant to be in the promised land. You would corrupt it. You would infect it. And everybody else that thinks like you. I'm showing you ninjas where you can find yourself in the Christian scriptures. So when you stand before the people in the Mother Emmanuel's church, read from that text. That's you he's talking about. Because you have been so entrenched with the demonic, diabolical white supremacy programming. Why would he let you go into the proverbial promised land when all you would do is taint it? I gotta bring y'all back to the scriptures. Since you want to quote the scriptures, let me show you where you are in the scriptures. You're the one that's finna die off. You're finna die off. You're not getting in. And some of you may need to tell some of your aunties and grandmamas and uncles and daddies that's still stuck in the matrix. You should give them that particular text. And in fact, if you don't feel adequate, you just give them this link. You bring them over. You cook for them. You go to their house and then you put on the Vicki show and you fast forward to this part right here and let them remind them because they know the story good. So it'll resonate. Let them hear me talk about the scriptures and how it was the older generation that you ain't getting in no promised land. Yes, you're the promised land reject. I used to say that all the time, Crystal. The divine is said that he wasn't finna let you in. You only survived because Moses interceded. He was ready to just take y'all all out. Bye. Everybody was finna have obituaries. God, today. That's all he was about, was obituaries. And Moses talked him out of it. I got to run. This is just a follow-up to my broadcast that I did the other day. Everybody be sure to share this broadcast. I wanted to let you know that NBC is freaking out. This was just written a few weeks ago, January 30th. They're freaking out saying how, I just got to keep letting you see it yourself. Clyburn helped Biden win young black voters in 2020. This time they're not listening. We're the reason they're not listening. Now y'all know why they keep coming for us. They try to pretend for a long time. They wanted us to believe that we weren't affected. Babe, we don't need your validation. We know what the streets are saying. And we prove it in no limit of time. And we're not going to listen if you're not talking about cutting us a check and reparations. But you feel comfortable cussing us out, being aggressive and flailing your hands and pointing your finger in our young brother's face. And then calling him essentially stupid when you told him you smarter than I am. You despise us. And that is the reason, as I continue to prophesy, your end will be that of your open enemy. You will perish in the same burning house. And we will simply say, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. My name is Vicki Dillard, beloved. To all of my beautiful sisters, be sure. Again, I'm going to be advertising this just a few more days. My team said give them a few more days, Vicki, to get your Venus Spring edition. We're going to be talking about love and money. Yes, we're going to be intentionally talking about manifesting our sacred love and our sacred money together. The link is in the chat, and if you're watching this later, it's going to be pinned in the comment section, or just go to my website at VickiPlanet.com. That's VICKI Planet.com. You don't want to miss this, brothers. You're not off the hook. If you have a beautiful, lovely lady, get this for your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, your sister, your mama, your auntie. Get this for her, because this is how you manifest as a divine feminine. Brothers, believe me, you'll thank me later. It's going to be well worth the wait. And Miss Cherie said, God despises him. I know that's right. That's right, Fatima. The other young man, he said he is smarter. That's why he and others are not listening. I love you, Vicki. I love you back, Sean. Grogu said, I got goosebumps. Vicki, goosebumps. People tell me that all the time when they listen to me. You're so precious, beloved. I love y'all so much. You are my bliss. I bow to you. I can't wait to see you again.